Hello everyone, I'm Cody.
And I'm Chantal.
Welcome to Unit 8, History Repeats Itself. And in this unit, it focuses on a recent company that's considered a minnow in the field of the stock market, and fintech specifically. Minnow.
Minnow.
One of this company's core competency is in handling mobile payments and ironically detecting fraud. Core competency.
Core competency.
And the reason it's ironic is because Wirecard is this company name, and they are being accused of committing fraud in Germany or defrauding investors. And so that's creating quite a controversy in the stock market and investment in these fintech companies. But what other German companies are you familiar with?
I'd say definitely more the cars, right?
Oh yeah.
Like Volkswagen, BMW, and some pharmaceutical companies. I think Merck would be one of them.
I believe so.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
I also don't know many companies other than automobile companies in Germany.
Yes.
You know, they're very well known in America for their manufacturing and pharmaceutical, but I personally did not realize much in the stock market or investing, hedge funds. But to kind of ask a question more about something I mentioned, fraud. What are some situations or examples of fraud that you've heard of?
Well, I recently read about a woman actually who was pretending to be an heiress in New York, and she lived this double life basically. And she committed quite a bit of fraud while doing that. Fake name, and borrowing money, and swindling people basically.
Right.
And it was a big thing. She was sentenced to like 10 to 12 years in prison, I think.
Wow. And at a corporate level, fraud is something that tends to make the news in a very big way if they can detect it or find out about it. But sometimes these, whether they're the CEO or they're the board members, they kind of get off scotch-free. They're not punished as much generally. They kind of blame it on the lower managers. If there's like skimming off of the accounts, like just a little bit of money every month or moving some money, or tax avoidance. I think that's a common one. Not every company does fraud, but something that could potentially happen.
I do think, big companies are infamous for trying to evade taxes here and there. And some issues with fraud. So I'm usually not too surprised when I hear about these things. I'm like, oh, again, okay.
Infamous.
Infamous.
And now for the language focus. The first one is that is. So for my example is, I really was enjoying my soup at the restaurant. That is until I found a dead bug mixed in it.
All right, next one is it looks like. It looks like autumn is here and winter is on the way.
That's it for the preview section, and we'll see you on the review.